Christmas will never be the same.
Twerk the Santa, twerk the Santa, twerk the Santa, and his little elf crew. Twerk the Santa, twerk the Santa, twerk the Santa, and his reindeer too. Twerk the Santa, twerk the Santa, twerk the Santa. You know what to do. Twerk the Santa, twerk the Santa, twerk the Santa. Just twerk it the Santa.
Twerking is the Santa, gotta twerk it like this.
Hello? Hello? Wait, hold on.
Wait.
Just like that. Just go just like that.
Better. I don't have my case on here. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I think that's a little bit better. The framing is nicer. I am...
Where?
Okay, I am in my new apartment, baby girl.
What?
So I did get a new place. We're gonna get into the tea. But right now I need to get my hair, situated. My hair has grown so much, like it's really, girl. It used to come down to like right here, and it's kind of getting there. So I'm gonna do my hair today, but oh my God, you guys. There's so much to talk about. Where do I even start? Shout out to y'all for hanging out with me all month long for Vlogmas. I appreciate y'all support so bad. Vlogs is cute and everything, but a lot of y'all are probably like, girl, cut to the chase.
Hello?
Where are you living? Where did you go? What happened? All that stuff. Because as y'all know, this past year has been so crazy for me. Starting in March, my mom went into the hospital.
What?
And I was also in the middle of thinking about moving, like not renewing my lease over in Phoenix. I didn't really have a real reason to leave Phoenix until my mom got like sick. And then I was like, okay, let's just go. And so I started looking all over the East Coast for apartments. And oh my God, why everything's so expensive? It's like, I would love to live in New York, but I'm not paying $4,000 a month on rent. I'd rather my money in my pocket.
Cause a real is talking who gets real money.
Like, some parts of New Jersey was nice, but coming from Phoenix where my rent was like way cheaper than everything on the East Coast, the value that you get for the money that you're spending is like different on the East Coast. You're paying more for like lower quality stuff. And it was so hard to finally pick a place, right? So I went with Philly because I was familiar with Philly. Okay, I already know. Like, why would you choose Philly? Okay, I did it. It was a mistake. I'm sorry. It was a mistake, baby. I played myself. Also, I played myself because there are places in Philly that I think would have been nicer to move to, but I got bamboozled, okay? I won't even say it's my fault. A lot of people I keep seeing in the comments be like, oh, you should have did your research more, you should have vetted them more, you should have
Don't ever.
There was no way to get around them just flat out selling me a baloney. So if you're not up to date, I moved to Philly, I moved into this apartment, it started falling apart immediately. I was there for 3 months, the water went out, the electricity went out, girl, it was loud, nobody was fixing anything. It was a hot mess for 3 months. It was stressing me out so bad. I ended up leaving. I marched into the leasing office.
And I sat down with the president of Disney Channel and I said, I want to make history.
So I said, I gotta go. And good riddance. But the apartment before I moved in there looked perfect. It was like 1,400 square feet. It was $2,500 a month, which is a lot of money. You know what I mean? For anything to stay, for $2,500 a month, that's a lot of money. But I factor in things like, okay, can it house my business, the amenities, the security, all that stuff. But that place, really looking back at it, it's like, it wasn't even worth it. It wasn't.
You're falling apart at the seams.
Because it was falling apart so bad, they tried to get me to sign a release form that said I couldn't sue them.
What?
Like, what?
Pardon me?
Plus, it said that I couldn't leave a review or say anything bad about them or the management company or anything. They really tried to get me to sign that. And so now, looking back at it, I'm like, this is alleged, but I'm like, how many other people had to go through this? You know what I mean? Because when you look at the apartment, you don't see any bad reviews. Everybody's like, love this place, love it.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm comfortable.
It was literally the exact opposite for me. There was floods. The washing machine was hitting the quan. Okay, now this is a joke. Ultimately, I left that place, so here's the first bit of tea before I go into the shower, wash my hair, and then come back out, and then I'll give y'all the rest of the tea. They let me leave without paying the penalty, because there's like an early exit fee attached to the lease, and that was like $7,500 to $8,000. No. I didn't have money for that. I just spent all my money moving across the country. That was a journey in and of itself. And then driving across the country, another journey. If you haven't seen Vlogmas, girl, watch Vlogmas. There's a lot of tea going on. They let me leave without that, but I wanted my money back. Because that whole 3 months, I was stressed out and I barely could live in the apartment because there was no water, electricity, or washer and dryer. I was taking showers at the gym, washing my clothes at a laundromat.
I'm washing me and my clothes.
So they said, we'll give you 1 month's rent back if you sign this release form that has the non-disparagement clause in there. I looked at it, I shopped it around to all my friends. They said, don't sign that. And I agreed. So I didn't sign it. And then I was like looking around at attorneys, like lawyers, which I know there's like a difference between them. I think attorneys pass the bar.
Okay. But
lawyers don't, but they still can like do work. Anyway, I was looking for legal help. So I went through the Philly Bar Association to find a reputable lawyer, because anytime you look up stuff in Philly, I don't know, I don't know what's going on with Philly, but every time you look stuff up, it gives you what looks like scams. Like lawyers who got their website from AI.com.
Scammer.
I'm not ordering a lawyer off of Fiverr. Not right now. I needed real help with like a tenants' rights lawyer. So I was doing all my research. It took me months to do that research because I was also depressed. Bad after this whole situation. The Philadelphia Bar Association, which costs like $35 or something like that, $20, I don't know. But I remember paying them to give me some reputable sources for lawyers and free consultations with them. So they set all that up. I had consultations with them. All the lawyers said, you don't have a case.
You know I don't play. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the...
That is amazing.
Oh, don't make that face.
I just want to send a picture just like this to the lawyer, like,
I know what kind of car you drive.
send it straight to the email. Because what you mean I don't have a case? Everybody said, okay, so if you want our help, like as much as you went through, sorry you went through all that stuff. Because it wasn't just, I also was turning down deals left and right because I couldn't do work for those 3 months. So I spent so much money getting in there. I lost a lot of money because I couldn't work. And then I had to spend more money to leave.
Bye.
And then on top of that, I paid them rent. So like it drained my bank account crazy. But they were like, you know, despite all that, what we'd be fighting for is for you to leave the lease, like exit the lease. And because I had already left the lease, like there was nothing that they felt they could do. So I don't know, I'm still kind of shopping around with lawyers, but as some of y'all pointed out, these processes take so long that they exhaust you and you just kind of like give up. And I've reached that point like several times and I'm at that point again. I'm kind of just like, okay, well, I'm gonna just chew that L and like move on. I'm gonna do a little bit more research, see what I can do. But at this point, I left my review of them. I showed y'all all the footage. None of it was exaggerated. None of it was false. None of it was fabricated. None of that stuff. That's literally what it was. A full review, girl, of that place. And I hope that people see that before they go and shop that apartment because it was ridiculous. So hopefully my lick back comes in the form of people vetting them extra hard before they sign a lease. Anyway, that's the tea. Obviously, I'm in a new space. I'm gonna show it to you all at some point. I need to clean up a little bit. I kind of just moved in. We're gonna talk about it after I wash my hair. I'm not gonna film me washing my hair, but I will tell you what I use. Girl, y'all know I shampoo twice. So first I focus on my scalp with the Heritage Wash It Away Anti-Dandruff Shampoo by Mindy McKnight. Any relationship to Brian? Who? Brian McKnight been kind of... Brian, what's going on? Then I'm gonna go in with, girl, what I have left, what little I have left. The Clear Wash Shampoo from Bread and the Baby Soft Conditioner. I literally am down to my last little bit. I'm gonna finish this out and then I'm gonna move on to Sacred. I've also been, fun fact, using my little Sacred Restoring Hair and Edge Drops. These are so good and they smell really good. I'm gonna do that and I am due for a deep conditioner. Like I need a restorative deep conditioner. So I'm gonna use that Sacred Restoring Deep Conditioner and then I'll come back and you already know I'm gonna use the Dew. Cause it's easy, it's simple, and it works. So I'll be right back, you stay right there. Makes my very flesh begin to crawl. Evelina, you are just too good. How can you spin it? I don't think I could. She's a terror, she's a tartar. We don't mean to show a bias, but Kalinda, you're a martyr. I'm sorry, but if I walked outside during school and everybody was thinking about how I was disgust-tickified, they had to come up with a whole new word to describe how disgusting I was. I'm leaving that school.
That way.
Screw y'all. Alpha, but too strong. Because I would have left. Anyway, out of the shower, I'm going to wash my face. Obviously with Curology. Not sponsored today, but this is my real life. I do be using this. Hydration serum, period. This stuff, although it doesn't smell, it's medicinal skincare. That's what it smells like. But it doesn't linger. Like I don't smell it once I put it on. It is just like so deeply moisturizing. Poor Galinda forced to reside with someone so disgust-tickified. Y'all is screaming at the top of your lungs. I live right there. I open up my window. Y'all singing about me. Y'all mumbling and cackling. Now once I get that witch broom, let's fast forward this movie, baby. Because when I get that witch broom and I come back and I turn y'all into non-speaking goats, let's go ahead and clock the T then. Then something really gonna be happening bad in Oz. Something bad is happening in Oz. Put my moisturizer on. I always have boogers in my right nose after the shower. Like, what is that about? Black Girl sunscreen, my fave, because it doesn't leave a white cast. The girls be trying to play, like, on the internet, talking about something, oh my God, it leaves a white cast, and they rub it in for like 2 seconds. It dries down clear, but you can speed the process up by putting it on your face, actually. They'd be like, oh my God, look, a white cast. Girl, you don't. Girl, put that camera down. What are you talking about? They do have a kids one that is mineral and broad spectrum put together, and it dries clear. It's the same kind of finish. I swear, at this point, I gotta make my own beard balm. Like, this is the best one that I found so far on the market for my beard, but there's a few things that I think beard balms on the market still don't address. Anyway, put that on there. Yeah. Pick it out like a bag at Bottega, baby. Shape. If you wanted a point, you could do a little point. That's up to you, baby. Don't let nobody tell you. Don't let nobody tell you a pointed beard is crazy.
It always looks weird when you try to be somebody else.
You do you. Then I'm gonna do my Vaseline chapstick. Love this stuff. It's so crazy to me when people be like, I hate that. That never works for me.
I hate it.
Although it's not that crazy because there's so many lip products that everybody loves, and I'm like, that literally dries my lips out, unfortunately. But this I've been using for at least 4 years straight. Okay, Widow's Peak check. It's growing.
Okay.
Like, we got some curls. It's literally growing. That's crazy. I always used to cut that little patch of hair off. Now I don't. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm growing my sides out. Whoa! Isn't that crazy? Like, I'm literally just growing my sides out. And it's like a little curly, you know, it's getting there. It's time to get this hair done and spill the rest of the tea. Like, where am I living? I didn't know so many of y'all would be interested in this. So where do I start? Well, I guess I can start where we left off. So y'all know I put all my stuff in storage, which, oh my God, I can finally tell y'all the story about the storage thing. But I did that, stayed in an Airbnb for about a month, and then I went down from there to Georgia. In that time, I also was in the hospital. I myself was in the hospital. That's what I'm saying. If you haven't watched VLOGMAS, go ahead and get all the tea. I stayed with my friends, Uzo and Marcos, until I can get back on my feet. I was there all the way from August to December 1st. December 1st is when I moved in to this apartment, which is why VLOGMAS was like 2 days late, because I was literally like moving in. I drove all the way back up to Philly, got all my stuff out of storage by myself on Thanksgiving Day, girl. Put it all in the back of a U-Haul trailer, hitched it to the back of my truck, and then I drove all the way down to Georgia. Yup, you heard that right, girl. I moved to Georgia. Now, to me, even saying that back, girl, that don't sound easy. What made it even harder was the fact that I got locked inside of Cube Smart.
What?
On Thanksgiving. It took me like 8 hours by myself just doing all this work. My back was hurting, I was exhausted, I was hungry, I couldn't stop because I had a certain amount of time to get out of the Q Smart garage. There's a garage door that opens up and it closes, and it's automatic. You put in your code to open it and to close it. So I finished with my stuff. I'm like, finally, okay, let's drive. Let's ride on now. Let's go to Georgia.
I don't see what a change is at.
Oh, that's odd. Okay, the door didn't work. Maybe I typed it in wrong.
Sit out here and wait a long periodically time.
Why the door is not opening? It's Thanksgiving, so the office is not open, but they clearly stated that people still had access to their units and they can still get in and out of the garage. It's another person there, so they tried their code. It's also not working. Damn. So we're both kind of stuck in this thing.
Help us.
With our stuff, trying to get out on Thanksgiving. This other person had things to do. They lived in Philly. They called the cops, like immediately. They were like, oh no, we gotta get out of here, call the cops. Because I tried all the other options. I called corporate. They tried to give me some emergency code that should have worked, but that didn't work. They tried calling the manager. The manager wasn't answering the phone. So we were both just stuck in there. Now the other guy who was stuck in there, he was about my age. I'm assuming he lived in Philly, but he lived kind of far away from the Cube Smart. I didn't live anywhere there. I was just up there to get my stuff and then literally drive right back to Georgia. And I had no money to get a hotel, especially since it was gonna be like just for pretty much a few hours. The access at the Cube Smart starts at 6 a.m. after it closes at like 10 p.m. or something like that. So I would have just come back at 6 a.m. to retry the codes to see if it just works again. So a hotel was kind of out of the question. So I just slept in my car in the garage on Thanksgiving. The police didn't come, corporate was unhelpful, the manager was not answering their phone, so I just stayed in there until the next day, until the offices opened back up. The girl came, like some girl came who works there, and she was like, oh, I don't know how this works. She couldn't figure it out. So we were stuck in there till like 10:30 a.m. Girl, I was so done. I'm feeling like Philly is just cursed at this point. And I told the girl, please cancel my storage unit. What? No! Right now. She was like, oh my God, okay, I got you. What's your storage number? What's your name? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, I gave her all that information, and then I drove off. She was like, I'm gonna do it right now. I still get a bill the next month. for the storage unit. I had to call the CubeSmart and tell them the whole situation. And the guy who is the actual manager who wasn't answering his phone on Thanksgiving when I needed help because I was stuck in the CubeSmart for over 12 hours. Help me! He gave me all the attitude in the world. And this whole year, what my experience has been is corporations taking advantage of me time and time and time again. From the moving company that moved my stuff across the country and broke all my stuff and gave me $140 back.
That was so utterly goofy.
After paying them $10,000. To the management company of the apartment complex that I lived in Philly that I paid about $8,000 for 3 months of rent, who gave me back not 1 cent after having me live in an apartment with no water, electricity, or a washer and dryer, noisy as hell, and nothing was ever fixed. And now, the CubeSmart. It was just so exhausting to be kind of taken advantage of financially by all of these corporations. So I'm still being charged for this CubeSmart for this extra month, and then they finally are canceling it. But, you know, I drove down to Georgia. It was a little spooky. I filmed a little bit of it, so you'll see that at some point. Driving with a trailer on the back of my truck for the first time in the mountains and stuff.
It doesn't reverse. It's not in reverse.
Like down to Georgia. But I got to Georgia and I moved in to this apartment. And I must say, it feels so good to not have an apartment that is like crazy noisy, stuff falling apart, the water works. Oh, there was one little issue because you know you have to do like a run through right as you get the apartment, and there's like a checklist usually to go around and go, okay, are the outlets working? Do the lights work? Is everything in good kind of top tier shape? And if it isn't, take pictures and let us know, and we're supposed to fix it. There was one little issue in the closet and it looked like a little bit of mold or something. I was like, what is that? I went and I told them and I showed them pictures, immediately got on the phone. They said, hey, there's something in unit, blah, 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 blah. The guy said, okay, I'll be there in 15. In exactly 15 minutes, he came with a crew. Hallelujah. Yes, he came with a crew. He fixed the issue. He literally went into the ceiling to like make sure it was really, really fixed, and even followed up to make sure that the issue was fully resolved. That's all I was asking for from my old apartment, but instead they had me going 2-3 weeks without water and electricity and all this other stuff. That was just amazing. So far, I've been really loving it here. I mean, I've been working all day. I've been doing VLOGMAS, so all my stuff is kind of just strewn about. You know, I'm not really unpacked or anything. But once VLOGMAS is over, I'll get to fully settle into my space. So there you have it, girl. I didn't move to Atlanta. I did not want to be in the midst of Atlanta because I have had time to visit Atlanta. And I realized it's really not for me. Not right now, at least. It's a lot going on in Atlanta. Like, from the driving to, it's just too much going on. So I moved, you know, just outside of Atlanta. The rent is a lot cheaper when you do that. And when I need something from Atlanta, I can just drive right into the house. It was nice having like that 3 months to explore. Having that time at Uzo's place really gave me time to go up to Atlanta, check out places, see the different neighborhoods, figure out where I want to live. So yeah, girl, that's it. And this apartment is so much cooler. It's exactly what I was describing, what I wanted in Philly, but I couldn't find it in Philly for a cheap price. Philly do be having some cute apartments, but you know, now I can't really trust the infrastructure. It is June 26th, like 3 o'clock, and still going. But there always seems to be some kind of trade-off with the stuff that I'm looking for in an apartment and neighborhood. It might be a nice apartment, bad neighborhood, really nice apartment, because they good for that in Philly. Girl, they'll put you in a diamond castle for $500 a month if it's in the middle of a war zone. Them hoes do not care. They don't care over there in Philly. But you know, there are nicer neighborhoods that I didn't get to really explore. Ultimately, I wanted something that was slower paced, where I had access to an international airport, a grocery store, and a gym. And I found that here in Georgia. So that's the tea, girl. Now we got some business to talk about. VLOGMAS is coming to a close, girl. It's coming to a close on the 25th. And I've had tons of fun editing and all that, but I also think that maybe we switch over to live streams, not because the editing is too much, but because it's giving, like, there's not much more left to the story that I wanted to tell. VLOGMAS was like the perfect opportunity for me to tell the whole story of what I went through this past summer and really this entire year. And while it's not over, because Lord knows my mom still needs quite a bit of help, especially right now, without going into detail, I'll probably make a Patreon and I'll go into detail over there so I don't have a bunch of randos giving me their opinions all the time. But actually, that's another thing. Are y'all more interested in like Patreon or maybe YouTube memberships? Because I think I might be leaning towards YouTube memberships, because I think it would be just easier for you to just sign up here. / I can do like exclusive live streams, and it just is a lot more integrated. So I might not even do Patreon. I might just do YouTube memberships. I don't know yet, but that will be up by the end of the year, period. That way we can kiki in private, because if VLOGMAS taught me anything, is that random people will come through and just like judge for no reason. And I think it would be better for my mental health and better for this community if we had somewhere else to talk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, let's go to the other room real quick and really spill the tea. Maybe I can get into more content that like a subsection of y'all actually really want to see, like the gaming content and all that stuff. We can like really get into that on YouTube memberships or Patreon. So let me know, YouTube memberships or Patreon down below. But in the meantime, this is kind of the button, you know what I mean, on the story of this year. I got a new apartment and it's kind of like fresh new beginnings. Maybe I might pop out with an apartment tour, I'm not sure, because my stuff is like everywhere and I just kind of want to work on getting my stuff together before I do an apartment tour. But in the meantime, maybe I just do live streams for the rest of Vlogmas. And if I do, I will post on my community tab what time I'm going live, the schedule, and the subject. So it'll be, you'll know exactly what to expect every single day. Perfect. Hey. Right on time, girl. I finished doing my hair with the do. Everything's looking good. Okay, hopefully the back is looking good too.
Can you turn around for me?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's cute.
Does it look good back there? Hopefully. I'm gonna sit underneath my dryer, which finally.
Thank God.
I have my sit down rolling dryer back. It's been so good and I forgot how quiet it is. It's not so loud, so I can still watch TikToks and stuff. Which, oh no, TikTok. TikTok about to go, girl. I keep telling them if TikTok put TikTok on TikTok Shop, maybe TikTok would be sold on TikTok Shop. That thing would have been sold to the people. Like, everybody chipping $10 right now. Stop playing. But I'm gonna dry my hair real quick. I'll be right back. Girl, this is my little setup right now. Just my chair and my rollie. Girl, I'm so excited to actually use this again. Yes, let's get into it. Are y'all interested in some stickers? I can make these available. I made this because I've been working on some merch and this is, I guess, kind of like a little preview. Oh, I forgot. When you put this down, it turns on automatically. It's so good. And there's like a few different settings: high, low, cool, and off. And then there's also the ionic setting, which dries your hair even faster and all that stuff. I got this from Sally Beauty. It's Modern Elements. I'm gonna link it down below if I can. See, and it's not loud. Like my other one that's like a sit down one, like you put on the table, that thing was loud as hell. it got too hot. I'll sit under here for like 20 minutes, flipping halfway through.
What?
Literally, I leave because I'm like bored, and then I come back and I sit down for another 10 minutes, and then I go and use my hair dryer. Done with the dryer. She's a little stiff, but we about to fix that. Hold on. Oh my God, wait. Girl, which one of y'all took my my diffuser attachments? Girl, where is it? Oh, they're right here. I got my Lathan hair dryer, the Dyson Dupe. They sent this to me and I'm gagged. It's like somebody sent me an iPhone. Like, it's that kind of tea. It's just like, it's a high powered, and the attachments are magnetic. Like, that's nice.
Can you say magnetic?
Somebody asked me about the comb attachment, but I don't have the comb attachment. Because they were thinking, if it's magnetic and I use the comb attachment and I'm combing my hair, does it kind of like come off? Honestly, I would imagine it would. I'm not gonna lie. It like stays on if you do all this. It's not coming off. But if it's snagging, I think it would come off. If I were to develop this again, I would have it go on magnetically, but then a way to kind of lock it in. So, I don't know, just being honest about that part. But I don't use a comb attachment, and I imagine you can still use this with a comb yourself, and just blow dry your hair. The Dyson one is really expensive, and this one is like $100. And they be having hella sales. Anyway, I'm gonna change it to hot and get the rest of my hair dry. Also with the do, you can check if your hair is dry to the bone by patting your hair and seeing if you hear any of the kind of foam moving around. Once that's gone, like, you know you're fully dry. I'm done. That's when I take off the attachment. I get my concentrated nozzle, attach that, and then I kind of loosen everything up. Period. It's nice to be fully dry. Fully dry and like fluffed out after like 30 minutes. I put the product in, you know, if I'm taking my time, it'll take like 30 minutes. And I dry my hair, that takes 25 minutes. Washing my hair takes like 20 minutes. If I'm deep conditioning, it's gonna add like 15 more minutes onto that. Girl, it's just nice, like saving time. It looks good. It's moisturized, it's shiny, and the cast breaks. Like when you blow dry like that, the cast breaks and it gets a lot more soft. So that's it, girl. That's the video. That's that tea. That's Vlogmas Day 20. Also, I surpassed 700 videos. I think it was like Vlogmas Day, it was like 10 videos ago. 10 videos ago. I have made 700 videos on this YouTube channel. And I just want to say thank you all for, especially those who've been there since the very beginning. some of y'all will reference things from way back in the day, and I'm like, dang, you really was here in the very beginning. That's truly crazy. I can't believe how much we've grown since then and how much we are a community now and how much I think we are going to continue to grow. My goal right now is 500,000 subscribers. Like, let's get there. I have to, because YouTube has been my baby for so long, and it's like, we are right there. So let's just do it. So if you're not subscribed, because I know a lot of y'all be watching and y'all just don't subscribe. Talking about, oh, I ain't get no notification for this. Girl, you're not even subscribed to the channel, baby. Ooh. How you gonna get a little notification if you're not subscribed?
That doesn't make no sense.
So subscribe to the channel, like the video, help me kind of like make one of my little dreams come true. I want to get to 500,000. I would love to get to 1 million followers. Right now, I'm just, stepping stones. Let's get to 500,000 first. But I would love to at least get to a point where I can hire an assistant editor, and then we can really get the content popping. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, thank y'all for hanging out. Happy holidays. I'll see y'all tomorrow for maybe a live stream. I don't know. Check the community tab. Okay, bye.